clean eating versus counting macros. Welcome back to Live Lean TV for Women. I'm Jessica Guthrow from LiveLeanTV.com, specializing in helping women get and stay lean 365 days a year. Today's topic is about whether you should count your macros and eat any foods that you want and crave, or should you just eat clean and not worry about the numbers. In the fitness industry, this topic is real. The debate is hot, and a lot of people think you should just eat real food, otherwise known as JERF, and then other people say you should eat whatever you want, just make sure that it fits your macros, also known as if it fits your macros, or IIFYM. Alright, so the people who believe in just eating real food believe that nature will kind of balance itself out for you. Natural foods have a lot of fiber, they have healthy fats, they have the right kind of carbs and protein, so you don't have to worry about calculations and fitting things in, because you can just eat until you're satisfied and then nature will kind of take care of you. When you're eating junk food, this isn't the case, because a lot of junk foods have fiber removed, or they have excess sugar added, excess fat added, so they're not as balanced as natural foods are. One of the biggest problems with just eating clean is, like, what is a clean food? Like, for example, is whole wheat clean or dirty? It depends on who you ask. What about butter or animal fats? Are they clean or dirty? It definitely depends on who you're talking to. And how about fruit? Can you eat unlimited amounts of this? Remember when bacon was unhealthy? And what about coconut oil? People used to believe that the saturated fat in coconut oil would clog your arteries. So as the times change, so do the foods that are healthy or not healthy, and it's really hard to keep up with which foods are healthy and which are not. Another drawback about eating clean is, like, how clean are you gonna go? Does everything have to be organic and non-GMO? Are you gonna be obsessive about this and not able to eat at a restaurant since you don't know if the produce has pesticides? And if you believe that sugar is toxic, does that mean you can never have another piece of Halloween candy or birthday cake? Things like this can make you feel like a social outcast, and I know because I've been there. I've done this kind of thing before, where I'd go to parties and I'd be like, no, I don't eat that. Feeling like a social outcast totally sucks, and that is not how you want your diet to make you feel. Brad and I have both been through our obsessive nutrition phases, and although we both agree that we learned a ton during that time and it was really useful for our future, we are just really glad to be on the other side. Nobody wants to hang out with someone who can only eat particular foods at particular times in particular amounts. You gotta learn to relax a little. Alright, so then there's the other side of the spectrum, what was created by people who were becoming fitness freaks and not enjoying that restriction. It's called IIFYM, and it means if it fits your macros, it works. So this way you can fit Cheetos or Pop-Tarts or whatever you want into your diet, as long as the rest of your diet kind of compensates. But I think where this gets confusing is that people who follow this type of eating don't eat only Cheetos and Pop-Tarts and Captain Crunch cereal. They have a mostly healthy diet, but they're able to fit in these dirty treats when they want to, so that they don't feel restricted. So it's really important to know that your macros, your overall daily calorie count, does really affect your size, and you can get tremendous results even with some dirty foods in your diet, so long as you're hitting those goals. In my opinion, knowing your macros and following calorie count and macro goal is going to get your results faster than just simply eating clean and having no idea where your macros and calories are at. But obviously Cheetos, Pop-Tarts, and cereal are not good for you, and they will make you feel more lethargic and worn down. So technically you could say that flexible dieting is kind of what we do, because you guys know we have a weekly cheat meal where we can eat anything we've been craving. But we do have cheat meal rules for success. It's not an all-out cheat day, it's a cheat meal, and it happens once per week. So we do eat mostly clean foods throughout the week, and we don't always count our macros and calories every single day, but like I said, we've both been through that obsessive phase with our fitness, so we have a really good understanding of the values of food. So in that way, we don't have to actually measure and count everything, because we are at the point where we can kind of eyeball and understand if we're hitting our daily goals. So to kind of summarize the Live Lean way of eating, or what we recommend that you do, it's first get educated, get knowledgeable about the values of foods. Sometimes that does mean actually buying a food scale. They're not very expensive. Bring it into your kitchen, measure the portions that you're making for yourself. You might be actually shocked that you're overdoing it on a lot of the portions. Or if you're trying to gain weight, you're probably underestimating the portions of the food that you need to be eating. Eating more food can help you guys build muscle, and that is so important. Even if your goal is weight loss, if you're under eating and you're not fulfilling your nutritional needs and your body is kind of starving, not able to build the lean muscle, that's gonna then help you get fit. So don't ignore the food amounts, even if your goal is weight loss. Less is not always more. You need to be eating a certain amount just to fulfill your nutritional needs. You should be in a slight deficit, but not a massive deficit. This is a big mistake that I see so many, especially women, making when it comes to getting fit. If you've ever felt frustrated with your lack of fitness results, even though you're eating less food and even though you're exercising daily, then the problem is probably with your nutrition. I definitely encourage you to dial it in, figure out how many grams of protein are you actually having per day? How many calories are you having per day? These numbers actually do matter, and they make a dramatic difference in whether you see results or don't see results. I can't tell you how many times I've worked with a client who is just killing their workouts, just going beast mode day after day, and just frustrated until they finally take the steps in the kitchen to figure out how much they should be eating. And then they come back and they're like, holy, I didn't realize it was that important. It's that important. Once you've gotten your body where you want it to be and you're really liking the way you look, then you enter maintenance mode, which means you're going to be eyeballing your portions, having a really good understanding of how much you should be eating daily and how much you should be exercising too. And that phase is so much easier than the transformation phase. I just want to be really clear that transformation is not easy. It does take a lot of effort. It takes a lot of awareness, of being really conscious about what you're doing and just having a plan that you can actually follow and execute every day. If you totally hate the idea of doing math about your food, I totally understand, and that's why we have custom coaching. You can always apply at liveleantv.com/coaching. I'll do the math for you, take the guesswork out of it. I'll tell you exactly how much of which foods, but still fitting in your favorite meals and making sure that you're satisfied both mentally and physically. And you know, if you don't want to have 6 meals a day, I can write you a meal plan with 2 or 3 meals per day. It is flexible in that way. And I know if you're watching this video, then you're looking for a solution because you know what it's like to pay 0 attention to your diet and then not like the results you see. So for us, the best of both worlds is eating quality, healthy food most of the time, enjoying cheat meals here and there, and enjoying life 100% of the time. We're putting together a new diet plan for you guys. It's called the Live Lean 20 Diet, and I'm really excited to be announcing it. It's coming very soon. If you want to be on the pre-launch list, you can go to livelean20diet.com and sign up with your email address, and you'll be notified about discounts to get our new diet book. We're trying to make things easier than ever for you guys so you don't have to kind of like learn in the dark like back in the day when we did it. We're listing the macros for each ingredient in this book as well as for the entire recipe for each serving, so you'll be able to know how much you're consuming just by following the ingredients in the recipes. There's also videos with every single recipe, so it should be like just a no-brainer, easy thing to follow that will just make your life so much easier, and you're gonna love the results from it. Can't wait for you to start using this book. Did I mention there's only 20 ingredients in it? So it makes it so easy to shop and keep your fridge stocked all the time with the right foods that you need to become a fat-burning, muscle-building machine. All right, so livelean20diet.com, don't forget. And if you want to sign up for coaching, it's liveleantv.com/coaching. And I'll see you guys there, and I'll see you next week at the next episode. Thank you for watching this one, and keep living lean. So a lot of people talk about fasted cardio, meaning like first thing in the morning when you've just